What up, y'all? It's the Sports Mix. Big Kenny checking in. Got a local basketball. What we call you? A star? What we gonna call you? A phenom? What we call you, man?
I'm just a hooper, man. Just a hooper.
We got a hooper. So that way you know he's a ball player. He a hooper. My man Haywood Highsmith Jr. is joining me. Welcome to the Sports Mix, my man. How you doing?
Appreciate you having me. I'm doing good. How about you?
Oh man, all is well. All is well. So first off, I want to give you some kudos, man. So you're a Baltimore guy, young guy, and you got to play in the NBA Finals. Got to get in, and you got some playing time. You feel me?
hmm
You was in there, you playing, and you had a nice. I like the way they were using you. I thought you should have played more in the closeout game, but I like what I saw. What was that experience like for you? Just coming, especially the route that you took to get to the league.
Yeah, it was just a full circle moment for sure. That's the biggest stage of basketball, NBA Finals. The whole world is watching. Last two teams standing, fighting for the championship. As a kid, I used to watch the finals. When I was younger, I used to stay up late. Watch it and watch the games and just dream of being in that situation when I get older. And the fact that you fast forward to now I got there and I'm playing in the finals is absolutely crazy, and it's a great feeling. Just my journey's been different, so I cherish everything, and I'm just grateful to be there. But the ultimate goal obviously was to win it. We didn't get to win it, but I mean it was great to be there. But still got more work to be done because we didn't win it.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely. And once you go, I'm assuming that the goal every year is to get back. There's no shortcuts to that.
For sure. I
Uh,
mean, the Heat organization are all about winning championships. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, let's stay on the Heat right quick while we're there. So you got Spoelstra, who was a young coach when LeBron and them guys went on their run. Now he's a seasoned coach. He's one of the more respected coaches in the league too. What's your relationship like with Coach Sproul, and what do you think of him as a head coach?
Yeah, so I think Coach Spo is, like you said, I mean, one of the top coaches in the NBA, top two, top three, number one, wherever you want to put him. He's been with the Heat for many, many years. He has two championships. Has been to the finals a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So he's won without, the big three too as well. So you can't just sit and say, oh, yeah, I had the big three. No, he's been a great coach no matter who he's had. And he just led the AFC the Heat, even though we was not supposed to be the AFC to the final. So he's a great,
Yeah,
phenomenal coach. Me and Spo's relationship has always been, great stuff, great energy. We communicate to each other. He communicates to me, when he knows I'm gonna be playing more of that game. Sometimes he doesn't communicate. Sometimes he doesn't communicate, and I understand because he's in a tough situation, and he has to make the right decisions for the team and try to make the best decisions he can. But he's like I respect him so much, and I look up to him, and I used to watch him coach when I was younger. The big
yeah.
three, D Wade, all of them. So now that he's
Mm-hmm.
my coach, I just try to just take it in and just soak it all in because he has a lot of knowledge. He's been through a lot, and he's been NBA for years and years. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's good stuff. So the other legend in the front office there, Pat Riley. So what's it like? What's it like playing under Pat Riley?
Yeah, I mean, Pat Riley is all about winning, winning
Mm-hmm.
and hard work. He's the one who's basically established this thing called Heat culture.
Right.
And anybody doesn't know what Heat culture is basically just, the Heat are just all about winning, being in good condition, being unselfish, being great teammates, just being, the best all around and everything. That's Heat culture, and not making excuses about anything. But Pat, I've had conversations with him as well. Obviously, they call him the Godfather. People say he's kind of intimidating and stuff like that. But at first it kind of is like, oh, I'm meeting Pat Riley. This guy is a legend, a
Yeah,
basketball phenomenon. So it's it can be kind of scary, not scary, but like it could be kind of like intimidating. But once you
yeah.
talk to him, he's a regular guy. He's cool. And yeah, I mean, I meet with him every time after the season and just go
Mm-hmm.
over a few things you think I can work on, go over the things you think I did good, stuff like that. And he's a good guy.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So is Pat like So is the rumors true? I'm sure they're not rumors because I've seen some guys like on a couple of the podcasts, like on uh with with uh Matt Barnes and Jack, guys go on their podcast. So they talk about Pat Riley and like the weight requirements and how he, what I mean, you got to come in at a certain weight and you got to be able to do X amount before you can get on the court. Like, is he like that really?
Yeah, I'm gonna just say we have body fat checks like
Hmm.
once a week or once every 2 weeks, just to make sure we're just not getting out of shape and our bodies are right. Um,
So that's something he do all year.
yeah, I mean it's not something he does. He tells the
I
strength
mean, that's
coach.
part of the Heat culture. I mean,
Part of the heat culture for sure. Body fat checks, just making sure your body fat has a good percentage. It has not to be crazy low. Like certain people are different. Like some people bodies are different,
yeah,
so you're not gonna be crazy low. But just not make sure it's not. You don't want to be as an NBA basketball player. You don't want to be 12, 15%, 20. That's not good body fat. So,
yeah.
I mean, I've never had problems with body fat. So I ain't tripping about it because I've always tried to take care of my body. But yeah, it's definitely real about the body fat thing.
Yeah, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I definitely have heard that on a couple guys that came through the Heat organization over the years, and he's like, Pat Riley sets the culture. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So if you're not ready, you know what I mean? You gonna have to either you get ready or you get gone.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly,
I'm saying? So
exactly.
so let's start from the beginning, man. So where did you grow up?
I'm from West Baltimore. I was raised basically around like Park Heights, Cold Spring area.
Okay, okay, all right. And so yeah, big family, small family. What's your family dynamic?
Pretty big, pretty big. My mom has about 5 siblings. My dad has
Mhm.
about 4 siblings. Got a lot of cousins. I got a brother and a sister. I got a pretty big family. A lot of aunts. A
Any
lot of.
any athletes in that lineage?
My father was an athlete. He went to a school called Fairmont State. It was in
Hmm.
West Virginia. He had a pretty good career there. Got in the Hall of Fame. I think he's like the all-time lead in shots blocked at his college. So he was a pretty
Okay,
good
okay.
player. My uncle played some. My cousin played football, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I made it the farthest out of everybody in my family, like the first actual professional at our sport. I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think so. But yeah, I got a few athletes. Yeah.
Okay. So did you play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, I played football and basketball. I was quarterback, football, defensive end, wide receiver. I love football. It was fun, very
Yeah.
fun.
Where'd you play football?
So I played Pop Warner with the Park Heights Saints. Um, we
Okay,
act-
okay, okay.
we actually made it far. Like we went undefeated, made it to like the Nationals in Florida,
Hmm.
and played a few teams down here. But we didn't do too good down here because football down here is kind of different. Down
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Miami,
absolutely.
Miami, Florida is different. But
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I love football. I miss it. To be honest with you, I was just at a Pop Warner game watching one of my friends' son playing. It's like wow, I used to be playing, getting
yeah,
pads, so it's crazy.
yeah. So when did you start playing basketball?
About like four or five. Um, my dad basically just taught me the game. I used to be with him a lot. He used to play like in like men's leagues or church
Mhm.
leagues and stuff like that. I used to be around the game so much, just naturally, gravitated towards me, and I just connected with it.
Okay, so did you pick it up quick, or did it take you a little while to?
It didn't take me a while, but I picked it up pretty quick because I
Yeah,
used to just watch. I used to watch a lot of basketball. I used to be around the game a lot, like I said. So it was just, I mean, I was just naturally was just, not, I mean, kind of good at it in a sense.
yeah. So you played football and basketball. How long did you play football? Did you play through high school or?
No, I stopped at high school actually. I actually wanted to play in high school, but the school I went to, they didn't really have like a passing offense, so it doesn't really
Mhm.
fit me. I mean, I could have been a tight end maybe, but it just didn't fit me in a sense. So I just said I'm just gonna stick with basketball. I think that's a sport for me. So yeah.
Okay, all right. So you know how you're a hooper. You made that clear.
hmm
So when did you fall in love with basketball?
Um, it's a good question. I mean, I think I just gradually fell in love with it. It wasn't like a certain moment. Um, I love basketball, football growing up. I used to watch NFL, NBA, college basketball, college football. Used to play the video games both, so it was like neck and neck.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just realized that I kept getting taller. I kept getting like I was hitting growth spurts, so it's like I just naturally just kind of had a basketball body. I mean, football I could have been like maybe a wide receiver, maybe a
Yeah.
quarterback because they're tall as
Mhm.
well, but. It was just a lot. Football is a lot in the body as well, and then I'm not gonna lie, it gets cold outside, and getting hit like that in the cold. I don't know if that's for me. I really don't know. And no
It,
disrespect, but football players don't get paid
it leaves
paid
your
enough.
arms, right?
They don't get paid enough for all that. So I
Yeah,
just I
yeah.
feel I just think basketball was just better for me. But I mean I love both. But I mean I think I just watched the game growing up, watching LeBron, watching Kobe, watching KD.
Hmm.
Like those are the guys in my generation. So that's what I used to watch. I mean I know Jordan's probably the GOAT. I didn't really get to watch him a lot, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's understandable. That's understandable. So, who did you play with? Like, what teams were you playing with coming up before you got to high
uh,
school? Like,
high school AU.
before you got to high school, like who were you playing with coming up?
Yeah, so I used to play with I played in like this rec league, it was Randallstown Old Court or something like that, I think it was called. And then I started playing with the Randallstown Running Rebels.
Hmm.
It was like we was playing in a couple tournaments just around the area. I think we went to like Boo Williams a couple of times. We did solid there.
Hmm.
But I mean that's pretty much it. Just playing with them, playing like against my friends and stuff in the backyard. So until I got to high school, that's when I really actually started playing like, for real.
Yeah. Okay. So you went to Archbishop Curley.
hmm
All right. So what was the decision? Was it just a academic or was it basketball that you there? Like, how did you get to Curley?
So I would say Curly wasn't known for basketball when I first got there,
Right.
and I was just trying to just start something and be that guy to like kind of be the guy on the team and really build the culture at Curly and try to help get that basketball program to the next level. And I wanted to be that guy because I was looking at Mount St. Joe, I was looking at couple different schools, but they kind of already had their guys, and I wanted to be one of those guys. So I just said
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to this school and try to, get it out the mud and really, be a leader here and take it to the next level. So. Yeah.
So who was your coach at Curley?
So I had two coaches. My first, my coach Bauer was my first 2 years, and my last two were Coach Hubbard, who actually went to Curly back in the day. Was an alumni.
Yeah.
But yeah, those two were my coaches.
So I remember Coach Hubbard. We met some years ago. I was coaching youth basketball, and I had a couple guys he was trying to get to come over there to Curly. Um, neither one of them ended up going. One of them went to Friends, and the other one went to Mount Carmel.
Okay.
So they probably around your age. What year did you graduate?
I graduated Curly in 2014.
14.
Yeah.
So them guys are a little younger than you. They finished, I believe, in 17.
Okay.
So like Terry Nolan Jr.
Yeah, I've heard of Terry. I'm pretty sure Terry. He went. I
Terry
forget
went
what
to
college.
Mount Carmel.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what college he goes to. I remember, or
He went to GW. Then he finished up at
GW.
Towson.
Okay, yeah, okay. I remember Terry. I remember him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's overseas now.
Okay.
And then Ross Jones, he went to
Right.
Friend School.
Okay. Sounds familiar. Sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
he's a point guard. Yeah, but they were playing with me, and Coach B was trying to get him to come out there. It didn't work out, you know. But I remember Coach B from that time.
Yeah.
So basically, you go to Curly. When did you first make the varsity? Did you start varsity right away, or did you have to play one of the younger teams first and then
No,
come up?
I was varsity right away. Like I said, Curly didn't have a lot of
Yeah,
basketball, like the regular like big time school, St. Francis, stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was varsity right away. I mean, they needed me. Um,
Okay.
but we didn't do too good until like my senior year. That's when we really, made a name for ourselves. I
Yeah.
was
So how you feel you did them first 3 years? Your first 3 years, even though without the talent, like how did you feel like you were doing?
It was a process for sure. I had to
Yeah,
realize, this is high school basketball. Um, I'm not going to be the best player on the court every night. I'm not going to be the tallest guy. I'm not going to be the fastest, the most athletic guy. So I wasn't mentally prepared, for that, but it was a process. I got better. I learned. I mean, that was the main thing for me, just to keep getting better, keep developing as far as getting my body right, and
Mhm.
I got better each year. I felt like so it was a good process for me.
So who were some of the tough competition you were facing back then in the
Yeah,
Catholic League?
we played St. Francis once. I don't know why he scheduled that game. We got effed up. I'm not gonna cuss. I actually hurt my elbow that game, and I was trying to play through it, but it like really, really hurt. But
Yeah.
we got effed up. Um, who else did we play? Some of the teams we was in the MIAA B conference. Boys Latin was
Mhm.
pretty solid. St. Paul's was pretty solid as well.
Mhm.
Severn, pretty solid. That's pretty much it. Um, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So did you play AAU during your high school years?
Yeah, I did. I did. I played
Who would you play with?
Crusader Nation.
Coach Fred?
Coach Fred. Yep, my
That's
guy.
my guy. That's my guy.
Yeah, he's. I don't think I would be where I'm at today without him. To be honest with you,
Yeah, that's
because
what's up.
I mean I got my looks strictly AAU low key, like
Yeah.
college looks. I got strictly AAU because
Yeah.
nobody was coming to Curly to watch anybody play. In
Right.
all seriousness,
Right. So what kind of tournaments was Coach Fred? Because I know I've been knowing Coach Fred probably 20, maybe 25 years now. So I know, the kind of traveling that they do and
yeah,
things that he's done with that program. I remember when they were called First Baptist. That's before they was
yeah.
a Crusader
That's the
Nation.
church. That's the church. Yeah.
Yeah, so I go all the way back that far with them. What kind of tournaments were they taking y'all to, and what kind of bump was y'all getting out there?
Yeah, it was hoop group stuff like Under Armour, Pitt Jam Fest. I was one in Philly as well.
Hmm.
We went to Las Vegas one time. It was called, I think it's
That's
called
big shots
Fab.
out there, ain't it?
Huh?
Ain't Las Vegas big shots?
It might have been. I don't. It's. I don't even remember. I think it was called
Yeah.
something. I think it was called Fab or something. I thought Fab. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I
They
think it might be. So I remember. I can't remember what it's called.
Fab 40. No, I don't think it's Fab 48. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But it was called something. But we played in
Yeah,
some big shot stuff too.
yeah.
Went to Philly. Went to Atlantic City one time too. I remember. Went to
Hmm.
a good amount of places for sure. We traveled a lot for sure.
And so on that circuit is where you kind of made your name.
Yeah, I was getting some good interest from a couple good schools, Division 2. Had some Division 1s, but they didn't never offer. Definitely had a lot of Division 3s, but it was tough for me because it was just college coaches love me, but they was thinking like, oh, like you might have to redshirt him, might develop, go to prep school. So it was, I didn't really get any offers like with good colleges like Division 1s, really.
So what was your thought process through that phase? Did you feel like you could play and you was gonna wait till the right thing came along, or was you thinking about prep school? Like what was your thought
So we
process?
was we was thinking prep school at first. We was gonna go to Mount Zion prep.
Hmm.
I knew the coach there. He's like a uncle to one of my friends, so we was locked in with them. But I realized that, I mean, prep school isn't free. I don't want my parents to continue to just pay for me and like get money out of their pockets. When they just put me kind of. I mean, high school my high school wasn't free as a private school, but I got a
Hmm.
lot of financial aid after the scholarship, but they still had to put up some type of money, so it was tough. But I just wanted to just play college basketball. I didn't want to do another year.
Yeah.
Because it was a lot of Division 1 saying, "Oh, you go to prep school, we'll probably offer you this and that, blah blah." Well, I mean, you never know. So honestly, I just kept playing AAU when I graduated high school, and then that's when I got some more Division 2 looks from some better Division 2 schools, and then I just committed to Wheeling Jesuit University.
Okay. So what was the decision in making that choice? What was the final decision in making that choice to go to Will and Jesuit?
Yeah. So I had two schools. It was Wilmington, which is in Delaware, and
Hmm.
Wheeling, which is in Wheeling, West Virginia. both solid Division II schools, not too far from home as well. So I was cool with either one. I didn't want to be too far from B Mortgage. You know, I'm always right with my family, how they doing. I'm a family guy. I'm always spend time with my family. But I wanted to be far enough where I could also be more independent and stuff. So we visited both. Wilmington actually was going to offer me, but they said they just offered somebody else
Mm-hmm.
the spot, and they said they was going to see what they can do, in a couple weeks, something like that. And it was like, okay, we'll see. Went to Whaley, and they offered me, since I got there, and it was like the campus was nice. It was a nice area, small town. It wasn't the population of the students wasn't too big. I felt like if I went there, I could really still lock in as far as school because there wasn't too many people in each class where when it's like 100 people, 50 people in the class, it's hard to actually learn and really connect with the teacher and really feel like you're getting something out of each class. It's tough with the big
Right.
classes. So the smaller classes was really a pro for me. The coach from Wheeling, he was actually from Maryland, so we kind of bonded on that. And a lot of the recruits coming in were from my area, the DMV area, because he recruited mostly out of DMV. So it
Okay.
was kind of a perfect fit. It was 4 hours from Baltimore. The coach was a very good guy. I still talk to him to this day. He actually came to one of my games last season. We're pretty tight. I look to him as like another mentor in a sense because he's just a great, phenomenal guy. But
Yes.
ultimately chose Wheeling, and it was a great decision because look where I'm at now. And Wheeling is kind of what was the start of the process, or another start of another process for me because once I got there, I had to really work my ass off. So.
Yeah. So at what point did you feel like during your high school career, at what point did you feel like you could play college basketball?
Um, I feel like probably like my junior, senior year, I felt like I could play college basketball. I used to like in the summer, like off season during high school, I used to train with some college basketball players. I played against a few, in some pickup games. I just felt
Mm-hmm.
like I was prepared for it and I was ready to go. I feel like my body definitely needed some work as far as
Yeah.
just getting stronger and making sure I'm just my body's continued to develop because I feel like I was still developing as a 16, 17-year old. You didn't really hit your full potential yet. So I feel like I could play junior, senior for sure.
Okay. All right. So you get the Wheeling, and how you feeling coming in? You feel like I'm gonna start right away. Like, what's your mindset going in there as a freshman?
Uh, yeah, I was probably the last recruit, so I was just trying to just make a name for myself. I committed in like probably a couple weeks right before classes started for the freshmen.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just a fast process for me, and I was thinking like, I'm getting here. He got all these recruits already here. He got the upperclassmen here, and I'm just getting here. So I just, I'm here to compete. I'm trying to play.
Yeah.
My parents, my parents, put me through, AAU. They supported me, did all this, and I'm trying to make sure, I really put on and really, put that work in. So as soon as I got there, I was. It was kind of a wake up process because college workouts are different. You wake up 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning workout. I'm not used to waking up that early sometimes, so
Yeah.
it was tough for me to begin with. But I got through that. Once I got through that process, and I was just used to it, I was locked in ever since. I was lifting, doing my own shooting on the side, working on my own. I was ready. I was on go because I just felt like I felt like I was just hitting my stride. Like I wasn't even to my full potential yet, and I was already
Yeah.
looking good. So I
Yeah.
was just feeling myself. I was confident, and my teammates, some of the coaches, they saw a lot in me, and then once they started see that in me, I started to just embrace it and just keep going with it.
So how long did it take you to crack that starting lineup?
So it's a good question. So yeah, my freshman year, I didn't start most of the year. Then um, we was playing a weight game and one of the upperclassmen got hurt. Something happened with his, I think his rib or his lung or something.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who literally was in front of me, and before that, I'm very humble, but we could just tell that eventually I'm gonna surpass him. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna let it happen. But kind of that once that injury happened to him, that game, having to start lineup, never looked back. Never
Yeah.
looked back. Never got out of. Never. I started every single game since that injury happened, and it wasn't like I'm not going to sit and say, "Oh, the injury is the only reason." No, it was going to happen eventually. All
Hmm.
in the most humble way, I'm gonna say this: he was a good player. It's just I was just, I was developing quicker. I was getting better, and I was just a perfect fit. Because I could defend, rebound, shoot. Like I can do a lot of different things, and I felt like I was just a better overall player in the
Yeah.
most humble way. But yeah,
Well, you don't have to be so humble. You know what I mean? You
nah,
can keep it
I've always been that way. I don't like to talk about myself a lot.
but
It's just, you feel
as
me?
a coach, right? I currently coach high school basketball, but I've been coaching for almost 30 years. And you see it in kids, man. Some kids just peak at a certain, you got kids that peak at 15 and
Right,
16, and that's as good as they're gonna get. I mean, they might be shining at that age, but it's kids coming behind them that still haven't hit that peak yet. And that,
right,
that could have been what happened in that case. The kid that was in front of you just peaked out, and you could see it. That all right, I got something on him. I don't have him yet, but it's in the long run, I'm going to have something over him in the game in my game. So it could be more about development or people hitting ceilings, you know. And then you also, from you were the last guy. You like you said, you got your scholarship a couple weeks before classes started.
mm-hmm,
So with people on the team's expectations of you probably wasn't as high. So you really had to come in and show them. Like,
mm-hmm.
no, I'm not just some guy they plucked up off the scrap heap. I can really play this thing, and like it or love it, you guys in this gym are going to be the first to find out, what I really got going on. So you crack that lineup as a freshman, and you never look back. And I'm looking at some of your accolades. You was a first team Division II All American in 2018, the MEC Player of the Year in 2018, two-time first-time All MEC 2016 and 2018, the tournament MVP in 2018. So I mean that's not too shabby, man. You went there and did put some work in,
Mm-hmm.
got some eyes on you.
For sure, for
So
sure.
now, and then you became the so your 2018 your senior year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So then you become the Division II National Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What does that feel like for a kid from West Baltimore, from Archbishop Curley, that's not known for basketball, to be the number one player in all of Division II college basketball? What is that feeling like?
That's not like it's not a lot of words I could say. It's just all the hard work I put in.
Yeah,
That's all that is. That's all
yeah,
hard work and just staying with it, never giving up, and just keep pushing.
yeah,
I would never. If you told me I was going to win that award when I first got to college, I might have been like, maybe. We'll
yeah.
see. But I wouldn't have been like, yeah, I'm gonna do that because
Right,
that's a
right.
tough thing to do. To be honest with you, because I was the last recruit, like I said. But
Yeah,
yeah, no words for that. That's just that's crazy. It's definitely
yeah.
crazy.
And you did it, and they'll never be able to take it away from you. It's done. It's in the
Fact,
books. You know
fact.
what I'm saying? So you wrapping up your career. What's your thought process now? Are you thinking pro? Are you thinking overseas? Like, what's your thought process?
Yeah, so I wanted to definitely, be a professional basketball player after having a great college career, great 4-year college career, Division II school. But obviously I went to a smaller school, so I could have went overseas. I could try the G League NBA route. But I kind of just met with some agents, see what was out there. Found an agent that I really connected with, and I think we decided to take the G League route, and got our foot in the door by the grace of God, and just took it from there. Basically, I didn't really have NBA workouts. It's for the pre-draft and all that. I know I was going to get drafted. I went to visitor school. I knew that, but just
Yeah,
trying to get my foot in the door, just trying to get in these pre-draft workouts with NBA teams, letting these scouts see me, because these scouts haven't seen me play because nobody's sitting there watching Division II games as a scout in the NBA nowadays, unless I mean, sometimes he's something like that, but not really. So got my foot in the door with the Sixers, and basically the opportunity right there kind of just led to a G League with their G League team, and from there I just kept the work just begin the work is just getting started. It's just beginning, so I had to put more and more work in. Now that I'm a professional athlete, trying to make sure I stay on top of that because I'm looking people looking at me differently because I'm a Division II player. So I don't want
Hmm.
nobody to think that I'm not ready for this. I'm not built for this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like you said, you taking that route. You're not a Division I guy. You are a D2 guy. So even vetting a agent, what is that process like for you? Just to make sure you're getting the right fit and the right person to represent you. To get you some opportunities. What's that process like?
Yeah, I mean, you just basically like, it's basically like you the owner, you the owner of a company, and you hiring somebody to be your manager in a
Hmm.
sense. I mean, I'm the company, he's the manager, and he's has to sell me to these teams, stuff like that. But I mean, I met with a couple. Definitely was a kind of not. It wasn't a long process, but it wasn't easy at all. Because you want to make sure you make the right decision, and
Yeah.
I had my parents there with me, so it was kind of easier for me. They were helping me out. I didn't want to make a decision like that on my own. My parents have always been a part of everything, so
Hmm.
I make sure I keep them in the loop. But and, you want to make sure, because agents nowadays, you never know. Some of them are like slimy, sketchy. You want to make sure you're getting the right person in your corner. And the right one. Want to have somebody who's not just only there for you just because they think you're a good basketball player, but somebody who actually cares about you. And, like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Understands what you trying to do and got the same goals, aspirations as you. So that's a big decision. But I mean, yeah.
So do you still have the same agent now?
Yeah, same agent for sure.
Okay.
Jerry Diana.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. So you spent a couple years in the G League. I think you had a two-way deal with the Sixers first.
Mm-hmm.
So explain the two-way deal for me
Two-way
for
deal.
well, for the people.
Yeah, two-way deal is every team. Well, they changed it. It used to be two ways on each team. This year is three.
Hmm.
So they changed it. So each team gets three two ways. The two ways basically is somebody that plays on the G League team and the NBA team of that team. So I forget how it is now. Back when I was a two-way, you get a certain amount of days to be with the big team, the NBA team, and like you get paid more when you're with the NBA team than when you're with the G League team.
Hmm.
And I mean, basically, two ways are kind of useful in a sense. Just like I mean, you think about the COVID, everybody's getting COVID. The two ways will come with the NBA team. They get a lot of run and they would play and stuff like that. And two ways also are good for younger guys who are developing, who are kind of NBA guys, but not all the way there. So they go to the G League, and they're still developing, still learning, getting better, playing games, and just getting good reps. And because when you're when you're with the NBA team. It's no useful when you're just sitting on the bench watching sometimes. You want to actually get in-game reps. So the two
Right.
ways are pretty cool. I love it. And it's another opportunity for guys who are in the G League to get in the NBA somehow, somewhere.
Yeah. So who were some of the players? I know you mentioned Kobe, LeBron. Who were some of the other guys you kind of modeled or looked at as you were coming up, kind of taking little bits and pieces of their game and added to yours?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I watched a lot. To be honest with you, I watched more than just offensive stuff. I watched defensive stuff as well. Because to
Hmm.
be honest with you, I mean, I'm not in this day and age. For me, I know my role with an NBA team is going to be not scoring 30, 20 a night,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
it's still parts of a superstar's game that I can take and try to add that to my package in a sense. So I mean,
Hmm.
I used to watch a little bit of Paul George. I used to watch PJ Tucker on defense. I used to watch KD a little bit, even though he's 7 feet. I'm not 7 feet tall, so he has a
Yeah,
different repertoire than me.
yeah.
But used to watch a little bit of everybody. PG, KD, Jimmy Butler for sure as well. Trying to think who else. A little bit of Russell Westbrook, just the way he
Hmm.
just attacks, his different finishes he got. Um, little bit of Draymond Green as well. Like, I mean, a guy like that who does all the little things, does the dirty work. You know, I mean, I feel like I could be a guy like that who just brings energy, brings defense, and just all around. You know, a solid player all around. So, yeah.
So was it any, even going back to high school, was it any like Baltimore guys that you used to look at?
Oh yeah,
Kind
for
of kind of
sure,
close to them?
for sure. I mean, of course, Melo,
Hmm.
Will Barton for sure.
Hmm.
Um, Rudy Gay.
Hmm.
The list goes on for sure. I mean, Baltimore has crazy talent as far as basketball.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, all those guys, for sure. Like, I mean, even like a guy like, I mean, you might not know his name, but Stanton Kidd.
Yeah, I'm familiar with them.
Yeah, he played in the NBA before the Utah Jazz. I worked out with him the year like when COVID hit, and I was like, just I working out with him, just thinking like, this guy's amazing. He's tough. And
Yeah.
like little things that he does, that I just like just adding to my game and just trying to just see how he moves and how he does this. So people like that for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, that's what's up. So now when you in the league, what's that welcome to the league moment? Like, did you have a, damn, I'm here? Did you have one of them moments in an NBA game, or just you just kind of let it roll with the punches?
Uh, I would say my first like when I was the Sixers. Um, I literally when I signed a two-way, I played the game later that day.
Hmm.
So we played the Wizards. I mean, that's the closest team to Baltimore, so it's kind of like a full circle. But I got into the end just blowing them out, and the ball came my way. First play, I almost turned it over, but I did. So I was kind of like a little nervous. I mean, I'm playing. This is my first NBA like live minutes, so I just had
Yeah,
to just take my time, breathe, understand this basketball, and I've been doing this my whole life. And then the next time the ball came my way, I knew I was going to shoot it right away. Shot it, made it. First shot in the NBA, made it for 3-pointer, and it was just a great all around experience. Get a great day. Just a lot of love, and yeah, I mean that pretty much was just welcome to NBA.
and that game was in DC,
No, it was in Philly. It was in
in
Philly.
Philly.
Philly's not
Okay,
too
okay.
far from me.
Yeah,
Philly's
yeah,
not too far. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So like some of the guys you got to play against. I mean, you've been out there on the court against Braun, you know, the Steph Curry and these guys. Like, what's that like? I mean, we see what they do on TV, but you up close and personal. You know, how tough is Steph Curry to guard?
Well, I haven't guarded Steph Curry yet, so I don't even know. But I'm gonna tell you how it looks. It looks hard as hell. Hard as
Yeah,
hell. It's like you fighting over screens. You got to pick him up at half court.
yeah.
He's actually very strong. To be honest
Hmm.
with you, very shifty. He has a lot of different finishes. He's not just a shooter. People don't realize that. So, and he doesn't stop moving. I've
Yeah,
seen it. He doesn't stop moving at
yeah,
all. I haven't guarded him. We'll see this year what happens if I have to guard him. I'll make sure I drink a lot of water before that game. But yeah, I mean, Steph Curry, I can only imagine. I haven't guarded Braun. I mean, either I can only imagine how that would be. But I mean, I've guarded like Tatum, DeRozan, Luca, um, CP3, D
hmm,
Book, D Book, a couple. I've guarded KD. Pretty tough to guard him because
yeah.
I can't block his shot. So it's like, what can I do? But
So
I
you what,
mean,
6'5", six
I'm on
four,
6'5", 6'6".
6'6"? Okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
KD 7 foot. That's definitely,
yeah,
he
I
probably
just
got the
try.
wingspan about 7'4".
Yeah, it's OD. It's OD.
Yeah,
I was just trying to let KD catch the ball in the mid post because once he gets it there, he's just gonna face up and shoot over top of me. So
yeah, yeah,
it's tough. I mean, these guys are professional scorers. It's tough.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's the one thing, from fans. I don't really get into too much debate about who's this or who's that, because I respect the fact that these are professionals we talking about.
Hmm.
So it's not it's levels in professional basketball. It's levels to who's this or that, but there are no scrubs in professional basketball. So when I hear people say that, I kind of cringe a little bit, because like guys that never get in the game, will have your lunch out Drew Hill Park. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and make it look easy.
For sure.
You know,
For sure.
so you on the Miami Heat, and you got pretty formidable squad there with for yourself, what is the expectations? I know the finals, of course. But what are you feeling like right now coming into camp? You said you go to camp next week, correct?
Next week, yeah.
So what's the feeling of the guys, coming in?
I mean, I already told you how the Heat is. We trying to win
Yeah.
the championship. We ain't satisfied with nothing. I mean, it starts at the top. Pat, Spo, all of them. They all about championships.
Mm-hmm.
So we understand that we had a great run last year, but that's in the past now. It's a whole different year.
Whole new
Whole
year.
different year. Whole different year.
And then the team changes, it's not the same team. You got a couple of different pieces coming in. So who were some of the big pickups they made over the summer?
They brought Thomas Bryant in, backup center for Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Richardson. He's been with the Heat before, so he's bringing his second go around with them. Then they drafted Dahame Jaquez Jr. kid from UCLA, solid player for sure. We'll see what's up with him. I think that's it. I'm trying to think. I think that's it. Everybody else is same squad for
Yeah.
real. Same squad. I mean, obviously Udonis retired, so I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it like playing with him? Of course he didn't play much, but he's an older guy.
Yeah.
What value did he bring to the team on a day-to-day?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every NBA team needs a Udonis Haslam. Just a savvy vet. He's the captain of the boat. Been with the Heat for 20 years, so he sets the standard. And he's our leader. He manages the team in a sense, the locker room guy. Make sure everybody understand what their job is, what needs to be done. He's in the locker. He's in every huddle talking, making sure we're doing this, doing that, correcting this and correcting that. So he's basically like just another coach in the locker room, but he's not because he's still playing. I mean, let's not get it wrong. He was still in shape. He scored, I'm pretty sure, 20-something points the final game of the season last year. So he still can hoop. I'm not gonna sit here and say he can't hoop at all because he's still in shape. His body fat was still low at the age of 40, whatever how old he was. So he still can hoop. But every team you need somebody like him for sure.
So and you're a younger guy. What you about 25, 26?
I'm 26.
26. So you're a young guy, you know, and you just said it, every team could use a UD, a vet, somebody that's been around the league, somebody that could kind of show the young guys the way,
Yeah.
you know, but they seem to be making it a younger and younger league. You know, I think a team like Memphis could have benefited from having a UD around with some of the stuff that happened with them guys, with especially with young guy, the number 12. I'm blanking on his name.
John,
You know what I'm
John,
talking about?
John Morant.
John Morant. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I think veterans are like a loss. I don't think they know what to do with the veterans anymore. 'Cause they look at they're looking at the salary, and you would even hear people say UD stealing money, and
Yeah.
he don't get in the games, he's stealing money. But what he brings to the team, and I know the Miami Heat kind of always kept them kind of guys around. I
Yeah.
remember Juwan Howard for a couple of years kind of was in that role when UD was still playing a lot. Juwan Howard was one of them guys that was kind of, in that role, a veteran that would, probably was in good enough shape to play. But, you had the younger guys, you really didn't need him to play, but he had a role on the team that was very, very important.
Exactly.
And we got a local guy that's an NBA veteran. I don't think he signed, like a Rudy Gay. How valuable you think he could be in the league today?
Nah, for sure. I mean, Rudy's been in the league for a minute. He's seen it all, done it all. He's won. I don't think he's won a championship yet, but
No,
I
he haven't
mean,
won the championship.
but yeah, I mean, he's a great veteran. He looked good last year with the Jazz. I remember playing him. Had
Yeah.
about solid 10 to 12 on us, so he still got some juice in the tank for sure. I didn't even know Rudy wasn't signed. That's crazy.
Yeah, last I heard he wasn't.
Okay.
And I'm kind of familiar with the situation. I know some people that know him, and I know him myself, but I don't talk to him that way. But I know that he's not signed just yet,
Okay.
and I know he's working out. He's staying in shape, staying ready. So I'm sure he'll get the call at some point.
For sure.
Because he can definitely add something. He can still play.
He
He's
can.
not somebody that you just want to come in and just be there. I think he's somebody that can still play, get you 10,
Yeah.
Get you some rebounds, do a little bit for you and be a leader in that locker room.
Exactly. For sure.
For sure. So ready to wrap it up. So of course we talked about the team goals, of course, is to get to the finals and win it. Personally, what are you looking personally? I don't know what your contract status is. So like are you signed for the next this year or next 2 years? What's your deal looking like?
It's just this year. So I'm a free agent after this year.
So you're a free agent at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So when does the process start of, all right, we know at the end of the year that the contract is up. Is it an ongoing thing? You kind of taking feelers? Well, your agent is taking feelers to maybe who might be interested, or like how does that part work?
I mean, I'm pretty sure for me it's going to be play this season, see what happens, see my number, and see how I do, and then after the season's over, we'll take some weeks off, and then once free agency, like probably a couple days before free agency starts or something like that, we'll get to talking. Maybe with whatever whatever teams is trying to offer, we'll see what the market is, and we'll go from there. So yeah.
Yeah. So do you have a preference where you would play? Like you East Coast guy, West? Do it matter?
Nah, I would love to stay with the Heat. I mean, I have a daughter out here. My
Okay.
girl's out
Congratulations.
here. Yeah, appreciate it. My girl's out here. I have a house down here. My family. I'm trying to move my parents down here soon, so I would love to stay in Miami for sure.
Okay.
I can't complain. Miami's beautiful, so I mean, I ain't trying to move from out here.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So do you get back to the area much?
Yeah, I just had a free basketball camp. I think I had about, I don't know how many kids it was, a good amount of kids. Um, just having them around basketball, gave them some free shirts, some free stuff. Let them come in the gym and just enjoy the vibe, enjoy a great day, just basketball and fun. So still trying to that was my first time doing that, so still trying to figure out what else I can do to give back.
Okay.
Maybe next year I could be like a book bag drive or back to school drive or something.
Yeah.
But I just want to do something small. I wasn't small. It was still nice. The camp was nice. My first camp was nice. I just want to do something small and just keep progressing slowly. But I mean, yeah, for sure.
Well, any way that we can help you out with anything, just let me know.
For sure.
Whatever you got going on, we'll help you promote it
For sure.
and get the word out for you. So again, man, you Baltimore guy. Appreciate you coming on, taking out a little bit of your time
No problem.
for a little guy like myself. Looking forward to seeing you out there on the court this year. So I'll be definitely tuned into some Miami Heat games a little more closely now.
Mm-hmm.
That my good friend Mr. Highsmith is on the squad. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
So
that.
definitely going to support that.
For sure.
So now, which one of your Miami Heat teammates can you help me get up on the show?
I'll see. I mean, the season's about to start, so we'll see who's trying to hop on. But I mean,
Hey, just tell him give me a shout out.
Yeah, I'll try. Some of them are too busy. Try like they're fake busy. So we'll see.
Yeah. It's all good. Yeah, just tell him give your boy a shout out, man. It's all good. But I appreciate you, brother, for real, man. It's been an honor talking to you, learning a little bit about you, your rise to the league.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a fan here, man. I'm pulling for you.
Appreciate that.
All the
That means a
way.
lot. Appreciate that.
Yep. If you need anything, you got my info. Just hit me up. And so we'll be in touch. So, any final words before we shut it down?
No, not really. Just tune in the season. Got big goals, big aspirations. Been working, so it's contract season. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it, man. Go get that 50 million, man. Go get that bag, man. Go get that bag, young fella.
Yes, sir.
Well, I appreciate you, man. You enjoy the rest of your night, man. Good luck on the season coming up.
All right, you too. Appreciate it.
All right, peace.
All right.